This is not the video that I thought I'd be making this week. I had planned on doing a video on my brand new flute that I just got a couple of days ago. And I will. I'll get back to that. I'll do a whole video on that. But the tin whistle world lost somebody rather suddenly this week. And I want to talk about that. So we're going to start now with the D scale. I'm going to use this finger for the bottom end and hear how it sounds. A friend of mine had a very early Gary Humphrey whistle, and I got to try it, and I was immediately impressed. So much so that I bought this one, I guess it was about 20 years ago, something like that, judging by these old videos that I was able to dig up. I sold my Copeland whistle after I got this because I liked it better and I was broke and needed the money, and I thought, what's the point of hanging on to two really nice whistles? What I liked about it so much is that it looks like a tin whistle to me. It looks like what I think a tin whistle is supposed to look like a Generation or any of those other old school kind of styles, but it plays like a professional instrument. So it was great because it was simple and it was exactly what I was looking for. And then it wasn't long after that I had need for a sea whistle. So I ordered one of those from Gary. And on we go, and I ended up with 7 fantastic instruments from him. And in all that time, I'm sad to say he and I never met. I was doing a show sort of near where he lived, and so I was able to get him tickets to that gig, and he came, but because of post-show chaos and the fact that the cavern we were playing in had basically no cell service, we weren't able to tag up. But he followed up with an email afterwards saying how much he enjoyed the show and all that. But I'm disappointed that we didn't get a chance to meet. But we did talk often over email, whether it was ordering new whistles or just exchanging stories on how life was going. I learned what it was like to be a nurse during COVID, during the pandemic. It was fascinating to hear his perspective, and one of the things that he mentioned was that the whistle business gave him a useful creative outlet during a particularly difficult time. And he actually wrote to thank me for the business that I'd sent him, and he even sent me a whistle as a gift, which I promptly gave away because I wanted somebody to play it, and I already had a great whistle, and I'm not getting rid of this one that I've had for so long. Those of you who've been following this channel for a while have watched my collection grow, and I know yours have grown as well, and I'd be curious to see in the comments who bought whistles from Gary and what y'all think of them. I'd love to see this as a bit of a tribute. If that's something that's in your hearts, it would certainly warm mine and maybe even warm his family should they happen to run across this video. So if you do have any thoughts about his whistles, if you've had the pleasure of playing them or buying them, I'd love to know about it. So thank y'all for watching this little tribute, and thanks to Gary, of course, for some spectacular craftsmanship and some great stories along the way.